What up? It's your boy Jay Rumpy from
the last podcast before the world explodes.
All right, let's get serious. This is a disclaimer saying that you're going to see a shit ton of episodes coming out that are just audio only. It doesn't mean that we half-assing this shit, just means we so backlogged, we got to get them bastards out.
We back. I told you we right back. If you follow us to the next one, we jumping right where we left off. Right foot, left foot.
With the time continuum, man.
The beat goes on.
So just in that movie, in the yesterday movie.
Okay, so that yesterday is where the guy he goes back in time and takes credit, or in this alternate reality, he's blessed with the knowledge of all the Beatles. Explain it. I've never seen it. I thought it was a cool concept and it looked interesting.
He gets into some alternate universe where nobody's ever heard of the Beatles.
He starts in one universe and goes into another?
I don't know. I only saw like a 5-minute segment.
Okay, alright, okay. So the point you were making is, with him having this knowledge of every Beatles song, everyone is thinking...
In history, with him taking...
Man, those were them passionate bursts. You hear those breaths I took in before?
With him taking credit for...
writing all the Beatles songs.
All the Beatles songs. John Lennon is never assassinated. Because John Lennon, was only assassinated because of his fame. So he has this fucking scene where he has a conversation with John Lennon. And it's fucking cool as shit.
Really?
Dude. Yeah. And,
really?
It's funny, like, it's got this, like, dry humor where, like...
That's cool, because...
And
that's a scene, if you don't do it right, you're going to be hated on by a lot of people.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect them... I heard the shit for the movie, the previews, and then I turned it on and saw this, like, it's in, like, the last part of the movie, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. They took it to a cool level.
Yeah? I thought I heard it. Did you hear that noise?
There are several noises after that.
I heard like a...
It's probably Russian spy.
It's all... Look up here.
Look at me. Look at me.
No, anytime.
You know what movie that's from, right?
Three Amigos.
Okay.
Look up here. Dude, my kids...
He doesn't say look up here.
He does.
He says look at me.
Look at me? Okay.
Look at me.
Hey, you guys! And they're like right there. That movie is the shit. My kids, they're growing up. They watch the Three Amigos all the time.
Yeah.
Both Boo and Binksy, or Boo and Chucky is what I call them. Binksy, Chucky, what? Boo and Bink. What do I call them?
Tarantula and Chola.
My two dudes, they love watching Three Amigos and the Blues Brothers movie. Have you ever seen that Blues Brothers movie?
What do you mean, the original one?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Fuck yeah.
Okay. I just have to make sure, man.
I grew up in Bernie, dude. I only had 7 channels. What
do you mean these new Blues Brothers movies? They ain't shit, man. Don't watch those. But my kids beg me every now and then to put on Three Amigos or Blues Brothers or something. And, Boo, he loves the Beatles. Like, it's his favorite band.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that any of these people have passed on. Like, he saw something and he thought it was John Belushi on TV. He's like, that's him from Blues Brothers. And it's like, no, that's not him. No, I see it, but no, that's not him. Like, he doesn't know John Belushi's dead. He doesn't know John Lennon's dead. He doesn't know...
That's not a big problem.
I know, but, like, I mentioned...
Dude, when I was growing up, I listened to, if you're into folk music, you know that Joan Baez and Bob Dylan had, like, a love affair.
Ooh.
And a lot of their songs...
Joan Baez, yeah.
A lot of their songs... There's this little subsection of music where some of their songs reference each other vaguely.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
When I was growing up, there was...
Yo, fuck that!
When I was growing up, there was...
Tracy. Where's Tracy at?
Tracy, where you at?
Yo, fuck that! Get out of here.
Right out here, man. Get out here.
All right, later, please. Tracy Morgan in the house. That was random. Okay.
When I was growing up, I listened to Joan Baez and Jim Croce. And
I don't even know. Drop that Jim Croce knowledge, player.
You don't know who Jim Croce is?
I might have known something he sang, but never known what his name was attached to it.
You ever know? Oh my god, dude.
What?
Dude.
What's something I'd know him for?
His most famous song was "Time in a Bottle."
How's it go?
If I could
If
save
I
time in a
could
bottle,
save time in a bottle,
the first thing that I would do is to save every day until eternity ended, so I could spend it with you.
Yeah, I know that. I didn't know his name, man.
You know that? You know what I'm talking
But I
about?
know, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
fucking Jim Croce, man.
There's a Marvel movie where like Quicksilver, the son of Magneto or whatever.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, if I could. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's the least of it, of his shit.
I know, that's like a bastardization of him, man. He's deeper than that.
No. It's not a bastardization. That's his song, but if you go deep into Jim Croce...
He's got some solid
anyway,
shit.
So, he died when he was like 37 or 34 or something. Like, he's one of those, he just died. He was an amazing artist, he just died.
How? Just died.
I think it was a car accident. I don't know.
Okay. Just, yeah. It wasn't the rock and roll...
No.
OD, drank too much, choked on his shit.
No.
Jimi Hendrix, Van Morrison. Van Morrison. Jim Morrison. Van Morrison's ass still alive, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a marvelous day when dance.
I don't know if it's Van Morrison. I'm thinking somebody else when you say Van Morrison.
Have you ever heard Moondance? That's the song I know him for. Oh, he's a brown-eyed girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we go.
Dude, fuck Van Morrison, man. You need to listen
Yeah,
to...
he's kind of bubblegum goofball.
Nah, you need to listen to...
Van Morrison ain't never gonna take that road that Jim Morrison walked. I guarantee you that.
What's the guy's name? Jackson something? It's called Jackson Brown.
Yeah?
You need to listen to Jackson Brown play it.
Yeah?
Late for the Sky.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll listen to it.
Anyway.
I like when you drop that knowledge, player. I never knew them Neanderthals had that addle. All right, go.
What was I talking about?
We were just talking about music and Joan Baez and
Oh,
Bob
so
Dylan.
anyway, when so I grew up listening to Jim Croce, and I didn't know he died when he was young. Like
Yeah.
I heard his voice and I fell in love with his songs and shit. And then later, I found out he died when he was young. So
And how'd you feel? Because we're going
No.
back to my kids, not knowing that
Nothing.
John Lennon's dead.
Fucking nothing.
I know.
There's no, dude.
But how old were you when you were having this realization and okay with it?
You don't. When you're little, you don't.
Yeah.
Death is not the same thing. Death.
I have a bad habit of overthinking shit.
Yeah, like you're thinking about death as you know it.
Yeah, well, son.
And see, you don't want to saturate. Just tell them about fucking the Beatles. Just introduce them and don't even bring up death, and they won't bring it up. They won't.
Introduce him to what and what?
Introduce them to whoever. Introduce them to the Beatles. And
Okay.
and what will fill their senses is the music and the lyrics, and just don't say
Focus on their life, not death.
don't bring up their end, and the kids won't. And later on, when the kids are older, they'll be like, "Oh, this was a real person and he died." Just don't fucking sweat it. Don't sweat it, man. Don't bring it up. Don't. I mean,
It's just a lot going on because someone turned on the cyclotron over there.
but then the other good things about kids is like you're like, all right, so he died, and you're like, the kids are like, what do you mean he died?
I mean, I got hot fudge sundaes right here.
No, you mean he died in 1974. And a kid's perception of time is so big that like, wow, that was like, so like dinosaurs were like right before that. And I'm making fun of it, but I'm telling you, this is what
they
they're
don't.
real.
Yeah,
They can't fucking conceive. So you're telling me John Hinckley had an obsession with Jodie Foster, and he went to New York to kill? It's like they don't get that shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Let them fucking listen.
I just haven't thought of it from a kid's perspective of how I'd break it to a kid thinking as a kid.
Don't bring it up.
I'm not trying to be morbid, and I'm not going to disclose. I don't want to take a dark turn, but I just to disclose to you, my dad's not in great shape.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with certain things because I've done some meditating and thinking about where he's going, the journey, whatever. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Believe what you want. But when that happens, that's a very real... Because, yes, you can tell him, oh, but wasn't the art great of John Lennon? But when he can't go over and see his grandpa anymore, it's like, well...
He's not going to connect the two.
I just got to tell him he's over in this place now. Nah. He's waiting for us. No?
He's not going to connect the two things. They're separate.
Okay.
He doesn't know John Lennon. He doesn't know the smell.
He knows John Lennon.
No.
He knows all the Beatles, man.
All right. Okay. So
what are you talking about, though? What point are you trying to make?
I'm actually making the point of knowing something.
Oh, like actually knowing him.
Yeah.
Okay. No, he knows his music.
He doesn't know what John Lennon smells like.
Yeah. He just enjoys his music.
No. Listen, player. He doesn't know what John Lennon smells like. He knows what his grandfather smells like. Those are two vastly different things.
He knows... Oh. I thought you were saying he knows what John Lennon's grandfather smells like.
No.
I got you. Yeah,
Your son probably...
Yeah, I got you. I'm a little buzzed. I got it. Yeah, I'm with you.
So, the death of John Lennon...
doesn't ring home like...
Would not...
I've actually grabbed my grandfather and hugged him. He's gone.
Yeah, they're two separate things, man. You lose... What's happening is you're losing your perception as father. You're trying to be a caretaker, and you don't realize that shit just happens. You're trying to take care of everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep him pure and innocent as long as I can.
Well, then don't introduce
what?
death.
And I haven't. That's why we haven't gotten a fish tank, player. But it's when things happen, we're gonna cross that bridge, and it's just no turning back. But I'm keeping him innocent. I just want him to enjoy his video games and be a silly kid dancing to music and just being a goofball, jumping off the couch, hitting his head.
Even if you tell him some shit that makes him cry one night, dude, then a month from then, they will have absorbed it. It'll be in them, but they'll be like, all right, what's the new Lego set?
And I don't want to go on too long because we went the other podcast here where we just kept going the deep end, but if he's like me, once he gets a grasp on how certain things work, his mind will be like my mind, and it'll just race to every... Eventually, his mind will race, and it'll come to a point where it's like he understands how everything works. And as a kid, knowing...
I'm going to dissolve what you just said.
But let's not go on the deep end too long on this one. But say your thing.
Keep on speaking with confidence, because I'm going to dissolve it.
Okay, dissolve it. Because I need it dissolved, player. I do. It's for my own benefit, too, if you can get me to stop thinking about this shit.
You're thinking of the accumulation of knowledge. You're thinking of being able to stack up knowledge like library books. And keep them all.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, dude, when you're 10 years old, your knowledge exists, and it means one thing. When you're 18, your knowledge exists, but it's changed.
Yeah.
It's everything you were from 10, and it's added up to 18. Your knowledge, it doesn't matter how much you could have all the knowledge in the world when you're 10 years old, and it'll still change when you're 20.
Yeah.
Because it'll mean something different because you're in a different state. You're in time.
Sure. Yeah. So, it's not almost like it's not real.
I mean, you can let him watch Bambi, and he'll cry his eyes out, and he'll get an introduction to death.
But I just know if he goes too long, I just don't want him to start worrying about me dying. Because I knew that once I learned how it all works. That won't
happen until he's
dad
fucking 40.
What? But the same thing, he's a kid. So, he doesn't know when people die. He just understands you're going to die sometime. Like, that's us understanding how life and death works. That oh, you're 40, 50, 60, oh, you got time. A kid doesn't know that. It's like, holy shit,
Well,
you mean one day you're not going to be here? It's as simple as that. Like, it's enough to...
Yeah, but do you remember the day, the moment when you realized your dad was going to die? And I'm not talking about from actual physical things. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about when you were a kid and you realized that people were no longer infinite, and that applied to your parents.
We had this moment, me and my dad, and it kind of it reassured me because I was kind of curious and stuff, and I'll always remember this. It's like burned into my brain. It's one of those moments, that I have with my dad at the old not the old house, the same house that my parents are living in now, because they lived in it, then they moved away, and then they moved back and bought it. But it was before we moved away from it and come back and bought it. But we were in the front room and we were watching TV, and on the news there was something. It was like something had happened, and they had. I think it was just like a helicopter had landed, and it was a medical helicopter. They took the guy out on a stretcher, and he was in a body bag pretty much, and they were wheeling him to the hospital. Something bad happened. Dad was dead. And that just struck me because I was watching with my dad. It was so out of the blue, and I just broke down into tears. And I was like, that person is dead, and and I turned to him and I hugged him, and then he hugged me and just broke down and started crying. And I was like, whoa, there's feelings of when people pass like that. Like what I'm thinking about that person not being around for his family anymore is real, and my dad verified it by holding me and crying, and then it made me think you're gonna be gone someday, and just everything was hitting home, whoa,
yeah.
It all made sense. That's when it kind of solidified, this is finite, this doesn't go on forever. My dad will be gone, I will be gone. And then in the other podcast where I told you, the other episode where when I had that thought, then I imagined myself laying in my grave looking up at the clouds passing by for billions, trillions, quadrillions of years, and I never come back. And I'm like, you mean after all this time I never come back? And it messed with my head because I have a little bit of OCD. Just I've got a wild imagination. I can imagine different perspective, whatever. I'm not trying to toot my own horn.
But think about it.
But I don't know what my kid's got in him. So if I teach him certain things, I don't know what he's going to take and start running off with. And
yeah, but what does it matter?
I just want to keep him.
Well, no,
I want to keep him innocent as long as possible. And then when we cross that bridge, it's all right, yeah, the world is a cruel place.
Nah, but you got to think about all the let's say that happened when you were 14, and now you're 30 something.
What happened?
That moment you had with your dad.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's say all the nightmares.
No, I was 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Irrelevant. So, long time.
Yeah.
And all those nightmares of maybe all the times you went back to that moment and you had more thoughts about it. They're nothing. They're your bad thoughts.
Yeah.
That moment will happen, but it won't happen 5,000 times the way that you've imagined it. You know what I mean? It's you focusing on some bad shit.
That's your own mortality, though. If you want to focus on the bad shit of that one day you're gonna and you're gone, it's then you're not living life in the meantime.
Yeah. It makes sense that you would somewhat. It makes sense. Oh well, my parents are older than me. I'm going to focus on their death. But yeah, imagine if you focused on your death. You're I'm never going to live again, so I've got to eat all the ribs I can tonight. And then you wake up tomorrow and you're I'm never going to live again. I've got to eat all the lollipops in the world.
Yeah.
You wake up the next day. It's just it's your shit. I mean, you got to be positive. It'll happen when it happens.
That's the approach I take. I'm positive, and that's what it is. I'm gonna live life to the fullest, enjoying everything. Every day is not guaranteed, and tomorrow's not guaranteed. And then there will be one moment where I'm holy fuck, stop, yeah, and I'm out. And that's it. As simple as that. Don't Because like I said, if you're focusing on death the whole time, then you're not living.
Yeah.
But, alright, we're done with that dark shit, man. I told you I didn't want to jump in the deep end.
Man, you gotta listen to fucking Bob Dylan.
Oh, I listen to Bob.
It's, what is it, like, I don't know. There's a famous recording of him. It's a live recording, and he's got his face painted white. And I think it's like, I can't remember the song. But he does a speech. And, well, there's a couple of things. He does a speech where it's like the memory to Woody Guthrie.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's in it or not, but he has a famous line where he's like, you gotta get busy living or get busy dying. Those are your only two choices.
Yeah.
So, you get
That's
busy
true.
living or get busy dying.
One or the other, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Only the Sith deals in absolutes.
Dude, you should listen to that, man. That fucking, it's a...
I'll listen to it. I will.
You can go on YouTube and it's like Bob Dylan, like Woody Guthrie's speech. And he heard Woody Guthrie was dying.
Oh.
So he wrote a speech about what he thought, and it's fucking... Oh, man.
It's fucking inspiring.
Oh, yeah, dude. Then the
Puts the
last
fire
line
in
is
you.
like, something, 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 you may find it here. I find it at Grand Canyon at sunset with Woody Guthrie. That's the end. That's how it ends.
I'm telling you, Bob Dylan can put some fucking words together.
Not anymore. He's gone, man. The
Who?
spirit has left him.
Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You have that magic for an uncertain amount of time. It doesn't stay with you. Like, same thing with Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix would have fallen off and been like, hey, Pepsi, I came up with a new jingle. Check this out.
I don't know.
Ding, 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 ding. Wow. And they're like, oh, that kind of sucks, but it's Jimi Hendrix.
Like if Babe Ruth hadn't died, he would have invented the metal bat.
Damn, I'm Buzz Lightyear. But we were talking about,
Damn, dude, it's 7:30.
I gotta get going here soon. I gotta get going. But, what were we talking about? Yeah, man.
You need some food or what?
No, I'm gonna go eat dinner at home. Damn it, what were we talking about? Bob Dylan. Like this, the gift left him. But, you know, like we've talked about in the podcast, a lot of people can't get past his voice. You know, and the silhouette of a sleeping siren coming through the window of an effervescence. You know.
Dude, you gotta watch that scene from Dewey Cox. And he makes fun, he's like, and the lampposts drip like clocks on the surface of the perileum.
But I tell you, I used to have a stigma kind of a little bit about Bob Dylan. I couldn't get past his voice. And then...
Why?
It wasn't his voice, it was just, I was like...
Have you ever listened to Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands?
I'll listen to it on the way home right now.
Ah, dude, then you'll get over his voice.
Oh, no, his voice doesn't bother me anymore. But just hearing it from a distance, I was like...
Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands.
I'll check it out. I appreciate him more, but I never dove completely into all his stuff.
Yeah.
I bought Blonde on Blonde, and I think there's another one, Freewheeling, or no, not Freewheeling, I'm buzzed. But either way, they told me, all right, just listen to like that Tambourine Man, song. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the way he painted the picture, he's all... Take me disappearing through the smoke rings of my mind, the foggy ruins of time. He's it's the dance beneath the diamond sky, with one hand waving free, silhouetted by the sea, with all memories at hand, driven deep beneath the sand, with no... worry about tomorrow. I was like, holy shit. Like, he just, like the way he, Diamond Sky, danced with the sea, behind our bag, one hand waving. I was like, God, dude. Like, he painted the whole picture as I was listening to it, and I was like, mind blown. Holy shit. Big respect.
What's the fucking song?
That was a fucking moment for me. Like, I remember when I finally just listened, they're like, listen to Tambourine Man. Like, the lyrics, like seriously, just listen to them. And I was like, oh shit, because I was thinking of, was it Sonny and Cher? Didn't they do Tambourine Man or some shit?
No.
Or someone else did it. I don't know. Yeah. I'm thinking the beat keeps moving through your mind, la-di-da-da-dee.
That's clearly a different song. It's got different lyrics. God damn. I'm thinking of Shelter in the Storm song.
Oh, Shelter in the Storm.
Yeah. In a world of...
Oh! Dog, could this really be the end? To be stuck inside a mobile with the Memphis Blues again.
Yeah, you're singing a different song, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm
That's
on blonde again.
Yeah.
With his brand new leopard skin pillbox hat.
In a world of steel and death and men who are fighting to be warm.
What is this? What's
Shelter
that?
from the Storm.
Shelter from the Storm. I know, but I'll listen to that shit on the way home
In
too.
a world of steel and death and men who are fighting to be warm. Come in, she said, I'll give you
Shelter from the Storm. And I said, oh, and I started taking it to another song. Could this really be the end? To be stuck inside
I think
a
we're in agreement,
mobile.
man. Bob Dylan is the shit.
Hell fucking yeah, dude. And his big middle finger up to like normal convention. I give him props, man. I like your radical stance. But Bob Dylan, yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Storm clouds are rolling all outside my door. And I think to myself, I just can't take it anymore. Take a woman like your kind. Get through to the man in me.
Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm feeling it, man. A couple of beers, let me start singing. Okay, plow.
Fucking Big Lebowski.
Hell yeah. Big Lebowski. Yeah! Yeah! Oh yeah! My condition.
What condition? My condition.
Yeah, my
was,
condition. Just stopped in to see what condition my condition was in.
He's got a cool fucking that song.
Oh, I'm doing like Pearl Jam shit.
That song starts. He's like, the lyrics are
Big
like,
black letters on the.
it's something about a staircase open in
Yeah,
the sky.
yeah.
And
A staircase.
he fell up the staircase like.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. My condition.
I take it you're not a bowler. So many fucking quotes from that shit, dude.
Conceiving, man. Yeah. Fucking Flea in that shit, man.
Oh yeah, he's one of the nihilists.
Fucking nihilist, man.
Take the Lingenberger pancakes. What do you have? The Lingenberger pancakes?
Grab the ringer. I knew he was about to break. You think he was stonewalling us? No, I don't think he was stonewalling us. Or he was talking to...
The funniest scene is where Jeff Bridges he's driving on the road and he drops a joint in his crotch and he tries to get it and he's screaming.
Yeah.
But the funniest fucking scene is then they show a far away shot and he's driving his car and he wrecks it into the only dumpster in the alley.
Yeah.
Like the only tree on the hill.
Holy shit, he found it.
Oh man.
I'll go and watch that. No, that's a good ass movie, man. Okay? Shabba Shamus, okay?
Shabba
And I don't leave the house for Shabba
I
Shamus.
don't work on the fucking Sabbath. Oh man. We could have a whole show about that movie.
We probably could. It got me drinking White Russians, man.
Yeah.
Man, he treats women, we treat objects like women, man. All right,
Never had a White Russian.
what time is it? Oh, look at 29:01, 29 minutes on the dot. That's a good stopping point right there.
All right.
You got anything that was been new with you, man? I didn't even ask you.
Now. Step it up.
You seen them lizards fighting on the fence post again, like in our video on the channel?
No, I've seen them coming back and forth, but I haven't seen them fucking get down.
That was the one-time showdown for the ages, huh?
I don't know where my wasp spray is.
Wash.
Them wasps.
Oh, you got wasps? You gonna do it right now?
I was gonna spray them.
What's that thing right there?
Lysol.
That?
That's a basil plant.
Oh, that is Lysol. You know, my grandpa used to get a squirt bottle full of gasoline. He sprayed that right on the hornet's nest or the wasp nest and pew!
Didn't he get arrested for arson?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that. Okay, it was an accident. Talking about nutrageous and nicotine gum. Take 2 pieces of gum and eat a king size nutrageous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Just mention our sponsors real quick. Whoa, what the hell, man? Why you killing wasps while we broadcasting, man? You gonna try and get PETA up in here?
We gotta get him out of here.
We're gonna get a public service announcement from Peter Dinklage on behalf of the wasps around the world. With PETA, he's gonna be like, wasps play
Alright.
an important
Wrap it
part. You can't be killing wasps while we broadcasting.
They're done. They came back. I sprayed them before and they came back, so I don't know if it's actually killing them.
It's true. If you think about it, if you just get rid of them once, it prolongs a whole pattern of them coming back and having to be exterminated and then coming back. It's more deaths in the long run. So, PETA, it's for the best. All right. You got anything?
No, that's it. Until next time.
To be continued, we out.
Splat.